Next, they say the factorial of an integer number is the product of all the integers from that number down to 1. Right, then it has the general formula. For example, the factorial of 5 is, well, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and the answer will be 120. In this question, n will be referred to as the base number, and a function FindBaseNumber will be called with a positive non-zero integer value as the parameter. It will return the base number if the parameter value is the factorial of base number, and return -1 if the parameter value is not a factorial. So if we look at this, basically this is just going the other way. So whereas we say, well, 5 factorial equals 120, here we're kind of asking, well, like, what is the sort of number that makes the factorial value 120? So yeah, in that case it's 5. And then, for example, I think 720, that would return 6. I think 24, that would return 4. Yeah, so it's just going the opposite way, basically. Right, so, I mean, this one, I think, yeah, like I said, you can use the page for rough working. And I mean, here, obviously you want a good solution first. Yeah, make sure you understand how to do this in your head. So my logic is that if we start from the right here, so we start with 1, then we multiply by 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So yeah, just kind of incrementing each time. And basically we'll keep multiplying numbers, right, while the current number is less than the parameter value. So let's say 5, well, we do 1 times 2, right, that's 2. 2 is less than 120, so we still need to multiply. Right, then we times by 3, so I guess what that's going to be 6. Yeah, 6 is still less than 120, so keep multiplying. Right, multiply by 4, well, 6 times 4 is 24. Yeah, still less, right, keep multiplying. And then I think 24 multiplied by 5, well, that will be 120. And because now, well, 120 is not smaller than 120, then we can stop. Then we just have an if statement, and we say if the current number equals the parameter value, well, then we would basically just return this count. Yeah, else we would return -1. Because let's say we have a number like, I don't know, 7. Well, here we do 1 times 2, right, that's 2. Then we multiply by 3, that's 6. Okay, but then we multiply by 4, so that's 24. And I guess, well, 24 is bigger than 7, so we've stopped. But then we have the if statement, 24 is not equal to 7. So in that case, yeah, this, I guess you say, 7 doesn't have, a number that makes it factorial or whatever. So yeah, 7 would just return -1. Right, so, I mean, let's see if we can actually do this then. So let's go function, this will be FindBaseNumber. Right, that takes, I think they call it n. Right, so this n will be an integer, and then here we will also, well, just returns integer. So let's say maybe current number, or this is, I mean, yeah, this is the number we're currently multiplying by. I mean, well, let's just call it, yeah, maybe multiply by. Right, that'll be an integer. And then we'll also want the current number, or yeah, kind of the current sum, basically. Maybe let's say, yeah, I don't know, current num, that should be fine. Right, and then what we'll do, let's say this multiplied by, well, this can be 1. And then, yeah, the current num, I mean, this can also be 1. So what we'll do is, let's say while, and well, while the current num is less than n, then what we want to do, we just want to go multiply by. So yeah, this multiply by will just increment. And I think then we can just say the current num, well, this will be current num, yeah, times the multiply. Okay, because, well, if this starts at 1, right, then we say multiply by will go to 2. And yeah, then we just got, 1 times 2. So I think that should be okay. Then if we just go end while, and yeah, let's just have an if statement. So we want to say if the current num is equal to n, well, this means it is a valid factorial. So here then we just want to return multiply by, because yeah, this, like, if this is 120, well, we've gone multiply by 1, multiply by 2, right, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, hopefully this will be 5 at this point. Right, else, well, I think else we just return -1. Right, and then, I mean, well, here let's just test it. So for example, let's go output, find base number, and let's try 120. Right, this should say 5. Yeah, so let's see if it works. Okay, yeah, this seems to work. Now 0 and 1, these are a bit tricky. So yeah, maybe these will work, maybe they won't. 0 and 1, they should both say 1. Okay, so this says -1. Yeah, because I guess that's not this. So the way we can do that, and they actually don't have this in the mark scheme, is a bit of a simple way, but we can just say if n equals 0, well then we just return 1, right? So we just kind of hard code this in. I mean there probably is a better way you can do it in here, right? But yeah, this is just a simple method. And of course now this works. Now let's say if we try 1, I think 1 should be okay. Yeah, 1 should be okay, right? Because yeah, this starts at 1. And then if we try something invalid, let's say 7. Yeah, 7 is -1. Right, guys, so hopefully this makes sense. And I mean, this question, there are probably multiple ways of doing it. But yeah, this was just the way that I thought of doing it. I mean, if you've got another solution, you know, feel free to share it in the comments, and hope to see you in the next video.